According to police, Constable Pinizzato was at that apartment complex this morning as part of a team. According to police, Constable Pinizzato was at that apartment complex this morning as part of a team executing a search warrant in connection with a police investigation into gunfire towards the U.S. consulate and several synagogues. Police are now looking for this man, 19-year-old Zara Jabi, in connection with that shooting at the consulate. He is considered armed and dangerous.
The CTV's John Woodward reports U.S. authorities believe these attacks are connected to a global terror organization.
It was the American ambassador who first made the connection Thursday morning.
A Toronto policeman was killed, I believe, overnight in an investigation that may be linked to the United States.
Toronto's police chief then linking their operation on Martha Eden Way to the shooting at the U.S. consulate by the drivers of this Honda SUV in March.
Concerned a number of shootings, including a shooting at the United States consulate on University Avenue.
Within days of that attack, 3 synagogues in Toronto and Vaughan were also hit by bullets. Those attacks also came up in an investigation a world away, mentioned by someone wiretapped by U.S. authorities as he bragged about attacks in Amsterdam and Paris. According to an unsealed American criminal complaint, the man, an operative of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, said our people were behind 2 attacks in Canada against the consulate and the Knesset, which the Americans believed referred to the consulate in Toronto and the synagogues. The man, Mohammed Bakr Saad Dawood al-Sadi, was arrested in Turkey in May and brought to the U.S., charged with directing 18 terrorist attacks throughout Europe.
Islamist jihadi-inspired extremist violence, that this continues to be a global phenomenon, that there continue to be organizations that actively feed it, and that there are individuals who actively recruit people to carry out such violence.
The RCMP confirming to CTV News their national security enforcement team was at the deployment Thursday morning.
This is an attack on Canada's freedom, and these people are financed. They're not casual criminals. These guys are, again, embedded, armed criminal gangs that are being financed to bring terror to Toronto, and the police are a frontline defense.
Against attacks that may have been commissioned a world away. John Woodward, CTV News.
Shalom. Want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to
attacks that may have been committed.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Salakia. Want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Alright. Salutations to the brother that's teaching his truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect, and 1/3 the sincere listeners. Alright, Yahweh be in the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. And Yahweh Shai be in the name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This gospel is truth. The kingdom of heaven is salvation. It's for the Israelites and the Israelites only. Who are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the ones scattered abroad that may look like the other nations, but your spirit resonates with this truth. The kingdom of heaven and salvation is for you. Alright, pretty much this is just a quick in the spirit update. You know, basically, you know, Esau, he's ready to make his move in Canada, man. Alright. This guy at the beginning, he's the suspected suspect of a police shooter, of the police shooting, and he KILLED'd him, right? And this guy, he's in connection with the shooting at the U.S. consulate as well. And notice, you see the color, you know, what this guy appears to look like. He could be a Jake. He does have a Hamitic look, but what's that to the eyes of the masses when he looks so-called black, right? When they're getting ready to make you know, pretty much get ready to blame Jake for everything and make Jake the face of evil. Okay. And really coming down to the demonization of you know, the Israelites, okay, the brothers that are on the highways and byways, they're gonna try and link us to to individuals like this, which we have no affiliation whatsoever with. Okay, we do not condone any of those things that these people do. Okay, we do not stand with it. All right, but you have these people, Esau, Edom, Amalek. They're trying to build a paint a narrative. Okay, and through the spirit we see through all of this. Okay, but we know it's all a part of the plan anyways. All right, the Lord already gave us the insight to know that these things will come, and it is what it is. But the demonization of Jake, okay, because this is going to be a broad brush painted with all you so-called Israelites, especially you so-called blacks. Okay, you're getting ready to be the face of errorism. Okay, and through the spirit, this guy said, "Oh, I came to the connection that you're gonna hear him say whatever he said." And it was all planned anyways. We know, because we know these things are staged and planned, man. Okay, Amalek, the little caps, they run everything. Okay, who's really trying to bust shots at Amalek, man? Let's be real. These guys are billionaires. They can pay for security. You know what I'm saying? Not even say they need security because they're not in trouble as other men. They're financially secure. They're just secure anyways, regardless. There's spirits that protect Esau, man, so to speak, from being in trouble as other men.
Terror organization.
It was the American ambassador who first made the connection Thursday morning.
Right, so this guy, he had the revelation and he made the connection that, oh yeah, it's this guy that did. I don't know how he had that quote unquote revelation. Okay, but whatever. And you already know what they're trying to tie everything in with, man. Okay, so understand the times that we're in, man, where they're ready to make a man an offender for the word. Okay, and Esau, he has but a little time, and in this thumbnail right here, I'm gonna just probably click this video, but this was the
we are learning this raid was connected to a large-scale investigation into a string of criminal activities, including the shooting at the U.S. consulate. Now, this is still a very active scene. The high-rise behind me is under heavy guard. Investigations are now underway by both the Toronto police and the SIU because a 19-year-old man was shot multiple times during that interaction that ended the officer's life.
I'm not sure what more to say.
Mark Pinizzotto,
right, and then this was the officer that passed away, and appears to be an Edomite. So obviously Esau is gonna push up the family image of Esau, and how could this black guy shoot this white guy, and there's no order, there's no law, and all these things, right? You know what I'm saying? So they're getting everybody all emotionally enraged. Oh, he's a good guy, But whoever perished being innocent, as the scriptures say, right? But we see through the narrative, man. We see through what Esau got going on. We're not gonna be on the highways for much longer, man. Something big is coming down the pipeline. And, to the spirit, we're going to remove ourselves from that in the spirit, right? However, the spirit plays it out. Revelation 12:12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, destruction. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Esau, Edom. All right? Having great wrath. All right, look at caps them, Amalek, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, and he's going to come down with great wrath on the prophets, because we're children of the day. We're exposing this this devil, for all his trickeries and lies and stuff like that. See what I'm saying? And he's had enough of that. He wants to be able to get rid of the ones that are rebuking at the gate. All right, that way he can fulfill his enterprise. You see what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. This is all part of the script. Okay, Isaiah 29:21. Sorry, 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorners consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. All right, and that's exactly what's going on, man. He's gonna, you know, Bill C9, right? I did a couple videos on Bill C9. And then this is playing out. We're seeing who the face of error is, you know what I'm saying, or who they're trying to paint as the face of error. Okay, and that's it appears to be a so-called black man. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna go back to the video just to make sure.
According to police, Constable Pinazzotto was at that apartment complex this morning as part of a team executing a search warrant in connection with a police investigation into gunfire towards the U.S. consulate and several synagogues. Police are now looking for this man, 19-year-old Zara Jabi, in connection.
All right, yes, so they're looking for this guy here. All right. So, yeah, man, brothers, you know, circumspect. Let's get that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Now is not the time to be drunk. And I mean that spiritually. Exodus 23:13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect. Okay? That's pretty much the point, you know, because you know what I'm saying? But we got to be aware of our surroundings. All right? Simple and plain. You see what I'm saying? All right, these are the words of Yahweh Shai, man. This is what we gotta apply. We gotta apply Yahweh Shai in times to come, man. Red. I need to see the red letter. Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep. Right, the Lord sent us forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Right, we're amongst wolves. We're not the wolves. We're not the aggressors. Okay, so the Lord then tells us to be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right. So these are the times when we gotta be in, man. Be circumspect, being able to look around. Be looking around our surroundings and see what's going on, seeing what's in front of you as well, seeing the signs, the Lord speaking to you through different signs. Then you got to move in the spirit. If your spirit's saying, oh, I don't want to go there today, follow your spirit, follow your gut, but really you say you have a gut feeling, but it comes from the spirit. See what I'm saying? So, you know, things like that. You know, sometimes you gotta think, oh, fuck, I made the wrong turn. Now I'm stuck in traffic. But the Lord prevented you from something. The Lord could have prevented you from something. That's the way you got to think of it. It was all through the Spirit, man. You may think, oh, it's an inconvenience, but it was through the Spirit that happened. Certain things happened, man. Okay? You might have had plans to do something. All right, and then you know, you're say you're in a decent outfit, and you spill something on your shirt. And now your plans are all thwarted, and you're just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going home. You see what I'm saying? But the Lord could have been preventing you from doing something, from being in a place where you shouldn't have been. So that's the way you got to think of these things, man. You gotta be able to read the Spirit in these times to come. All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Just wanted to do a quick video, you know, keeping brothers updated on what's really going on out here. Lord will you edify. I'll say shalom to the next.